Welcome to Bowhunting North America.
Well, as you can tell, me and Morgan are in a tree stand trying to get her a deer. And while we do that, y'all take a look at this hunt from Kansas where I was able to connect on my second largest whitetail.
This piece of property is located in Kansas, and this is my first year to get to hunt this property. Now, when you get a new hunting location, sometimes finding stand locations can be a little overwhelming. After riding around all of the property and looking for that perfect spot, I finally found it, and it was time to put out the trail cameras. Putting out a trail camera, our new lease here in Kansas. We're hunting here on the edge of a prairie, grass prairie here. We've got 10,000 acres we're hunting. And we're on the wood line here that goes down to a creek behind us. With all of my stands hung and my cameras in place, it was time to head home and let the cameras do all the hard work on deciding what stand that I would hunt. After checking my trail cameras several times throughout the year, I decided that this was the buck that I wanted to hunt. On the first morning of my hunt, I had some activity around my stand, but this was not what I drove all the way to Kansas for.
First morning of my hunt here in Kansas, and don't look like it's going to happen this morning. I'm going to sit here for about 30 more minutes. I'm going to get down and pull the cards on my cameras and see if my cameras can tell me where I need to hunt. I just had that doe and that 4-point come by this morning. I'm hunting my ladder stand over here where I've been getting photos of that real wide 8-point, so I was hoping he would come in this morning.
On the second morning of my hunt, things were starting to look a little better.
Sit here a while before I check my arrow. I hit her way too high. It's been about 2 hours since I shot that doe. It's almost 10 o'clock. I don't have any pictures of my buck coming by this stand past 9:30. I'm starting to get a little worried. I haven't had any pictures of that group of bucks that have been coming by this stand in about 9 or 10 days. They were here every day until 8 days before I got here. And then they just quit coming. So.
I guess I got a little bit better hit than I thought. My stand's only about 75 yards that way, but she came down in the creek, up the other side, around over here, and down here in the bottom of this creek where I don't think I can get my four-wheeler down here. I'm gonna give it my best shot though. Kansas doe, my first animal of the trip this week. So now if those bucks will just come back and I can connect on a buck this afternoon, it'll be time to go home and get ready to go to South Texas.
You know what everybody says about the third time? Well, it looks like the third time is going to be the charm here as well. Well, I just got on my ladder. It's been about 2 hours, and I'm gonna go over here and look at my arrow. Let that tell me what I need to do. Thought my arrow was still in him, but I got to looking with my binoculars over there, and the arrow's on the ground. It looks like it's covered in blood, so let's go take a look. Ooh, I see blood. Look at this right here. It's covered in blood. I think we're gonna go find that deer. All right, now when I shot the deer, he ran up here and he went about 60 yards over there and laid down. Well, he got back up and he went back toward the left over here, which is toward the cliff where they go down into the bottom where all the deer come from. And I saw him go down right over there, so I know pretty much where to go look for him. So let's go see if he's there. I can see his white belly shining right through there. Look at this. This is my Kansas whitetail. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 points. Y'all been watching this buck on my trail cam since June. I've got photos of him since June in velvet, and now this is what I ended up with right here. It's a pretty nice buck. He's the best buck that I've got pictures of here in Kansas, and it just couldn't have worked out any better. This is the deer that I wanted. I've got photos of him. I got to watch him grow all year long, and then I was able to connect on him the first part of October.
That's it for this week.
We hope you enjoyed our show. Be sure and check back with us next week for another exciting episode.